right. We are live, my friend. So,
we're live.
We are live.
I'm glad one of us Vol fans are live.
Exactly. Golly, because our boys, guys, welcome in. This is Tcarp and Tman's channel, and you are on, you're watching Off the Tailgate. Again, not necessarily off the tailgate today, but anyway, how you doing today? Start off things.
Well, it's been a busy weekend.
It has, man, I feel like it gets busier and busier with both of us.
We'll finally get back in
things and all that. I'm right there with you. So talk to me. We all saw it. Can I just say that you were right? Can I just say you were right?
I hate being right.
I know it. Like as soon as you got it, and as soon as it started to happen, I was like, oh gosh, he's right. He's right about this. So let's get into what happened. You know, what did happen? They went down to Florida. They're starting out their first drive. It looks great. Looks golden. Defense looks solid. They block a field goal. Oh my gosh, they go down there and score. It's like, I'm sitting at the, I go up to Little Arrow. I'm sitting there. I'm like, yeah, we got this. No big deal. And then the wheels fall off. What happened?
We're not playing we fence.
We're not playing that we fence.
We're not playing together. We're not playing we fence.
I don't know what's going on.
There's a separation there. You can see it in the players.
Mm-hmm.
It's not united. Like it gives you an old taste in your mouth.
Yeah, it gives me a terrible taste in my mouth.
And it's things that I have seen with the quarterback. I know everything's not the quarterback. I understand that.
Can we just be honest? I hate this. I hate this shilling or whatever you want to call it for the quarterback. Oh, it's the offensive line. Oh, the defense didn't. Buddy,
but there's certain things there that's causing the division. And I'll give you just an example that I seen nobody. I've not heard anybody else talk about this but us.
Right.
But I told you my problem with our quarterback.
You had said that with Austin P, and I was like, no, they just haven't opened up the playbook. I like a big dummy,
I watched him in person. During Ole Miss game.
Yep.
And whenever you're going to recognize greats, that's where the orange and white.
Yep.
And as far as I'm concerned, Condre Holloway is probably one of the best ever wore it. Especially at the quarterback.
I've never seen Condre Holloway play, but all I've ever done is hear great things.
You just go back and look at. I mean, he would give it all. And I watched the same thing. Now, 2-point conversion. If you're going, you have to give it up.
Right.
Just go to the pylon. If you're going to run the ball, you don't tip it toe out of bounds.
And that's what he did.
Exactly exactly what he did again.
So you had said in last week's Off the Tailgate that was one of your big reasons why you just didn't trust it. Like you didn't feel like Joe Milton had it upstate. Like, I'm not trying to say he's dumb, but whatever it is, when a quarterback knows what to do during a situation, he didn't have it.
It's right here. It's right here. And it's hard for someone. I think that's part of the we fence. I think that's a separation of we fence, because you see people not wanting to give. You can't fool people.
Yeah.
Especially teammates.
Right. And you know what makes me mad? And I almost want to get into this more than I want to get into what happened is we do this every year. Like, people in the media, fans, they want to tell you something different than what you see with your own eyes. It's like we all can see. And I'm not, here's a good example. The only person saying this in the media, and I got to give him credit, and I never really liked him, is Jimmy Himes. Jimmy Himes said Joe Milton does not have the skill set to run this offense.
No.
That's and why can't we all be honest about this?
The thing about it is this: are you going to block for somebody that's not going to give it all?
No.
And I'm just telling you, I talk about running the ball, not running the ball. I've seen him drop ball off to the receiver or back less than 5 yards away rather than running and it's wide open. He could got as much or more. And whenever you set somebody up to get blowed up, they know that.
Yeah.
They know that.
I don't 100% know that Milton is just, I don't think he's the guy, which sucks, but he's just not. Now the next question is okay, you know, Nico, but you know what people are saying is pretty true, is like, okay, who are you going to block for him, because the offensive line was terrible too.
Well, the bottom line is this. I'm just saying there's other options.
Right, there is other options.
And options of somebody that would build depth.
Right.
And be there. Now, you know, you can go ahead and go with number 7 the rest of the year. He's going to give you what you're going to give you.
Yeah.
But next year when you're going to be back in, we got a young quarterback. He's not got no experience and he's not got none of this.
Oh, you can already hear it.
So I mean, hey, it is what it is. But I think it comes down to time that you start building. Now, I'm not saying maybe benching, but I'm saying he was really good at setting the play up. In other words, we're going to run him in and set him up and throw a long ball.
Yep.
Now he can run back and he can throw the ball. I'm not saying that you don't do that occasionally. I'm not saying that you don't run a play that you give him the ball to throw it long.
Right.
I'm not saying all that, but I'm thinking you need to have somebody in that gets an opportunity to run the ball. Right. If I'm going to hand the ball off, I might as well have somebody in handing the ball off that might run the ball.
That's right. And we know Nico is, yes, I get it. Nico is small. He's a string bean. He's all this and he's all that. But the kid can run the football, but or get your third stringer in that running the football. You got it. You got to have an option. You cannot have a quarterback.
Whatever we got going here ain't working.
Right. Something's not working.
It ain't right. We've been through this as fan base. And I hate to see it because I really and truly am a Heupel fan.
Oh, I am too. I love the guy. I really do.
But I've seen the same scenario play out.
Yep.
And I'm thinking it comes time. I don't give two rats,
right?
Really, about who starts. But I understand that I want to play the one that's got the biggest heart, the one that gives me a better chance to build a team around. Because right now, you ain't got no wheat team.
No, you ain't got no wheat fence.
No, you ain't got no wheat fence.
You ain't got no wheat fence.
I mean, really, you don't.
That brings into effect of, my goodness, you know, how good was Hendon Hooker? Did we take him for granted? I'll be the first to admit I may have. I thought he was good, but I didn't know how good he was.
Well, the thing that, and another thing now, didn't take long to figure this out. And here we go, we got Hendon there. Hendon was there, what, through spring and all through workout. And just right before the fall camp, here comes the transfer in.
Right.
And for a game, he's given the ball. Now, okay, how come we didn't have an opportunity?
Right.
I mean, that's slipped from everybody.
Right. So what you're saying, what you're getting at is, so Hendon Hooker was here, did all that, and then Milton comes in with the big arm, etc., and gets the starting position, and then just flounders, gets hurt. Hendon Hooker steps in and almost is a Heisman. Like if Hendon hadn't got hurt, he would have gone to New York. Let's all be honest there.
Right.
So can we admit that maybe as good a Heupel is, he maybe can't evaluate quarterback talent very well?
Well, I don't want to say that, but
right.
Again, but why? I mean,
do we have another Jared Gunn?
Are we looking at the backflips and the throwing the ball 100 yards and all the?
If I hear he could throw a ball 100 yards one more time, we got it. He can't.
I mean, are we hung up on that?
I think so.
Because the other we ain't got.
Right. So, do we have another Jarrett Garantano situation where a guy just plays so good and lights out in practice, but when the lights turn on, he just can't do it. For my dad used to call it, he wheezed down his leg. Not saying, he just didn't know what to do.
Do you remember how hard a time Compton had?
Yes.
You remember that?
I do, and I remember Cutcliffe had to come in, and Cutcliffe totally changed him.
Kiffin.
Yep.
Kiffin come in and changed him in 1 year. But where the fans really started trusting Compton, there was one, he put him in, and we wasn't doing nothing. And he lowered his head, and he got like a back as far as he could get.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was like, all right.
All right, he's in it.
All right. Yeah, I mean, all right. And that's the same scenario. And I remember this as much as yesterday. And everybody's got the problem with Kiffin, okay? Yep. And me included.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he got the #1 recruit, which was, I think his name was Brown, running back.
Right, yeah, Bryce Brown.
Okay. And he put him in because he'd made promises that these coaches have to make when they get these.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You're gonna play. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to run in front of the line. I'm gonna give you the opportunity
absolutely.
to do that.
Yep.
So he put him in, and he went down the sideline. And here is a corner or safety coming over one, and he just tippy-toed out of bounds. Kiffin unloaded on him.
I do remember this
he
story.
He said up the field. In other words, you don't stop the clock.
Yeah,
you keep it running.
You run.
You take on. You take it on. But that was his MO.
Yep.
It come down to getting that next 2, 3, 4 yards. I'm gonna tippy-toe out bounds. A player knows player.
Right, player knows player.
I mean, anybody ever gonna say anything about what's his name, McCoy?
Oh, Brew McCoy?
Nope.
Brew McCoy, he'll get 15 yards, 2, 3 people around his ankles,
dragging them.
And I've seen him do it. Like I was like, oh well, no, he just dragged 2 guys for a first down.
He could tippy-toe out of bounds anytime, couldn't he? He got the first down with his tippy-toe out of bounds. No, he took them on.
And we remember, as Tennessee fans, we remember those extra yards that people give effort with.
Those are highlights. When Condridge Holloway got hurt, he goes to the hospital. They run X-rays. He looked like he's hurt out, and he comes in the stadium and runs up to the sideline, gets in, and the offense on the field. There stands Battle. He looks at him. He puts his helmet on, and he went in, and he gave his body up again.
There you go. People remember that, and you'll be a legend forever.
I mean, if you're gonna play the game,
play the game. That's right.
But if you don't want to play the game, go oranges. I mean, really.
Yeah, you nailed it. So,
really.
So
it makes me irritated. I mean, everything. I work everything around to get to where I can watch the game.
Yep.
I mean, sacrifice a lot of stuff to get to where I can watch the game. And sit there and watch that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row.
Right.
I have watched, absolutely got beat. But played hard. It doesn't matter the score. Play game. More upset the week before of how lack of caring about the guy that busted his tail through the week and made it where he couldn't even get in the game. The backups couldn't have an opportunity to play in front of their families or nothing like that, because we can take care of stuff, prop up, and what you're going to get.
Right. Do you feel like, and we talked about this before we turned the thing on, and I don't know how you say this, but you feel up on the media for whatever reason or not? Do you feel like he's being protected by the media?
He's absolutely got qualities nobody. I mean, beyond, and he's going to do. All of a sudden, it becomes, well, you can't protect him. Let me tell you something. Josh Dobbs did not have an offensive line.
He didn't. He figured it out.
And he, yes.
Let me tell you a story about Josh. Me and my went to games. I was at that game. Josh Dobbs, Alabama. Do you remember that? First, he goes outside, jumps over a dude, does this, and I'm like, this cat is it, you know. And we lost the game by a bunch, but it's like, you look at Josh Dobbs, look at what he's, you know.
The bottom line is this: the same thing in spring practice. And orange and white. We've seen this.
We have.
We've seen
it. We've seen it over and when it's changed.
But no, it's not a game.
So.
Seen it.
Right. So here's the question to you: what do you want to see you take? And care right?
If you don't more,
we. For lack of a better term,
if we don't, and I don't care that I can go in, at a team meeting.
They may need to know team meeting.
I'm glad they had a team meeting because what it meant. I mean, really,
yeah, I know
something didn't happen.
Right. Okay.
And I see. There's some jab going on between and an offensive lineman was wanting something you can't fool.
Yeah.
You can't fool your teammate.
You gotta figure something out.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm disgusted. This was the rear view. I mean, right now, if we go down the same road with what we got going right now, then we're going to lose more games. We're going to lose.
Yeah.
We're going to win. If you third string quarterback and one, I mean, I want. Get handed off.
I don't have an answer for you. I think if this continues and they play like they did against Florida, then you're looking at 8-4 at best, 6-6. And Heupel being the third year after going 11-2, that's a terrible setback.
Do you think? I mean, what irritates me so? We talked about this. We should have won the game.
Yes, absolutely.
We should have won the game in Swamp. Last year we got embarrassed in South Carolina. Right now, they will clean our clock at our own house.
They did to Georgia.
Right now, their quarterback's playing at a high level.
Exactly.
Now, and we can't even enjoy. And this is the saddest of all this is we can't enjoy the malfunctions going on in Alabama.
No, you can't enjoy it because they'll figure out, even with all their beat us, if we don't get something together
with our starting lineup. And also, where was Sampson?
Where was Dylan Sampson? Where was defense? You know, where was defense flying around? Where was cheetah package? Where was just in the
kind of tackle bump?
I don't know. When I saw that, I'm like, they're over. I mean, that it wasn't some magic. It was a guys completely effort. Like I said, about said bad word.
It's hard. It is hard, and talk about cheating.
But I don't blame. I mean, if you got a team that's not giving any effort, are you gonna give them any calls either?
I mean, do you think Greg Maddux had ever got a call that far off the plate if he wasn't consistent when he put it? Not the call because he call strikes. Call if you're out of control.
Exactly. I agree.
I mean, there was so much there.
And then the fight at the end of the game, and then Heupel calling that timeout. Heupel set them up for failure there. You have to lay that fight, in my opinion, at the feet of Heupel for doing that. That's dumb.
There was so many things in there that give me nightmares. But I honestly, and we.
Game.
Angry about
you're over. Turns out we weren't. So, guys, we'll see what happens versus UTEP about it. Tell you like it's just a comment. By the way, like, subscribe, and share. For Turkey Man.